1950s, New Orleans was the major port of entry for bananas shipped from Central and South America. Owen Edward Brennan challenged his talented chef, Paul Blaine, to include bananas in a new culinary creation. In 1951, Chef Paul created Bananas Foster. The scrumptious dessert was named for Richard Foster, who was a chairman who served with Owen on the New Orleans Crime Commission. These are your ingredients. You'll need bananas, rum, liquor, butter, brown sugar, ground cinnamon, a lighter, a bowl, and some ice cream. As you can see here, my dad is helping me cut these 2 bananas into equal quarters. It all depends upon how many people you're serving and how much each one of them wants. But preferably for 3 people, it's about 2 bananas, and for any more, you probably want 4 more. Well, now that we have our bananas cut into quarters, we can start the rest of the banana foster. Take a stick of butter and cut it into 3 tablespoons. You should see like a line on the back of your butter stick. You'll also need half a cup of brown sugar. Okay, now put the butter into your pan. It should just be sliding around the pan for a while so that it can melt down. You'll soon need to add the brown sugar to your pot, and you don't have to be in a rush for it to melt so quickly. Just let it stay there. The butter isn't melting as fast as you want it to. Just try mixing it around the pot. You don't want it to be too hot so that it can burn the butter. You don't want burnt butter in your pot. So just stir it around in the cinnamon, and you'll eventually put these bananas in, so just keep that in mind. Try breaking up the butter if it's not melting very quick. Now that the butter's melted, and you should start mixing around with the brown sugar. It should have a pretty thick consistency, and so that it's not too soupy. And there you go. Now it's time to add the banana liquor. Now keep in mind, you will need an adult for this portion. You just need about a cap's worth. Just pour it in the center. After you've done that, time to add the bananas. Now make sure you spread the bananas around the pot so it can get an equal amount for each banana. Now make sure that each banana gets the equal amount of the brown sugar and butter. And you don't want the bananas to stick on the bottom, so constantly move them around. It's okay for them to sizzle for a while, but eventually you're going to have to move them around if you don't want to have your pan burned. Just move it around and make sure each one has the equal amount, and try to get both sides. Okay, I'm just going to let that sit there, and while it sizzles for a bit, I'm just going to go over to my freezer and get your vanilla ice cream. And now we can just add a bit of cinnamon before we move on to the next step. Yes, this is rum. You will need an adult. You only need about a little bit less than a shot full. And then add it to the dish. And you won't hear this very often, but ignite the alcohol. Just gonna turn the light off so you can see better. And yes, this is dangerous, and I almost burnt myself. Make sure you keep it away from any part of your kitchen that's flammable, like the wood right above this flame right here. And try to stir it around the pot so that the alcohol can catch on to all the other pieces of the banana. The recipe calls for it to be served while it's ignited, but that's normally left to the professionals. And I'm only 14, so, you know, not exactly gonna serve you flaming bananas on ice cream. And if you want, you can add some more cinnamon at the stage, but you really don't have to. Yeah, but what the heck, I'm gonna add some more cinnamon. Just in case, you know, it needs to taste a little bit better. It gives it a more all-around taste. Kind of brings out the sweetness of the bananas. Just mix it around a little more so it's nice and even. Turn the heater down. Make sure you're not burning your ingredients before you serve it. Now just pick up the pot. All you have to do is scoop it in. I'm gonna give myself a lot because, you know, I earned it. It's my grade. And there you go. You got yourself a banana foster. Believe me, this is a great way to impress people that think that you can cook, but, you know, you really can't. And if you do serve it, it's not going to last very long. Well, voila.
My life be like